It was a new morning in the heart of the forest. Sunlight danced across the leaves, and a golden beam slipped through the little window of a wooden home built inside a great old tree. Inside, Tinny, the tiny bunny, stretched her paws and sniffed the morning air. And Nibbo, the playful baby otter, polished a small wooden bowl, his treasure for every breakfast adventure. "Today," said Nibbo, "we'll find the sweetest fruits in the whole forest." Tinny twitched her nose and laughed. "Only if you promise not to eat them before we get home." And with that, the two tiny souls stepped out into the bright, dewy morning, ready for a day of joy. But deep within the woods, another sound began to echo, one the forest had never wanted to hear. Thud, thud, thud. Axes. The woodcutters had arrived. They moved from tree to tree, marking each one with red paint. Among them stood one tree, taller, stronger, and far more special than the rest. The home of Nibbo and Tinny. Unaware of what was coming, birds fled from their nests. The sunlight faded behind clouds, and then the first strike of the axe echoed through the grove like a heartbeat breaking. By noon, Nibbo and Tinny returned, laughing, with their little bowl filled with mangoes and blueberries. But as they stepped into the clearing, everything stopped. Where their home once stood, there was nothing. Only a hollow patch of mud, broken roots, and a faint smell of sawdust in the air. The truck was already leaving, carrying the log that once held their tiny home. The bowl slipped from Tinny's paws. The fruits rolled into the dirt, one by one. Tinny's eyes filled with tears. Her tiny shoulders shook. And then the sky broke open. Heavy rain poured down as if the forest itself was crying with her. Nibbo stood beside her, silent but strong. He gently touched her paw and said, "We'll find a way, I promise." Hope rising through sorrow. That night, they found shelter beneath a rocky ledge. The rain still poured, and lightning flashed beyond the hills. Nibbo lit a small lantern between them. The golden flame flickered on their wet faces. They held paws together and prayed. "Please," whispered Tinny, "please save our forest." "Forgive them," Nibbo added softly. "They don't understand." The wind howled, yet their candle did not go out. Somewhere in the darkness, a soft shimmer glowed between the trees, as if the forest had listened. When morning came, the storm was gone, and there, where the old tree had once stood, tiny green sprouts pushed through the muddy ground. Tinny gasped, "Nibbo, look! The forest is trying to heal itself." They knelt down, their fur still damp, and gently touched the little sprouts. Each leaf shimmered in the sunlight like a new promise. So they began to help. They gathered fallen branches, shaped tiny walls of wood and leaf. Birds brought straw, a deer nudged logs into place. Even the wind seemed to hum a tune of hope. Together, they worked, not to rebuild what was lost, but to grow something new. Days later, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Nibbo and Tinny sat side by side outside their new little home, built from the kindness of the forest itself. Tinny whispered, "I thought we lost everything." Nibbo smiled, his eyes glowing in the firelight. "We just built it again, stronger this time." Fireflies danced around them. The trees swayed gently, and far above, the stars blinked like tiny hearts. When the world takes something from you, don't hold on to sadness. Plant kindness instead, because one day kindness will grow and bring life back again. And that's how the forest remembered love, through two tiny souls named Nibbo and Tinny.